Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn. Good afternoon, Quad Cities. It is July 23rd, 2020. And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We are live in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right TV and Security. To my left is Jolt and Jimmy. To my right is the Bomber.
Did you see what he brought?
I did not see what he brought. I just know that the show started, and I was in here alone, and I just looked at the camera and said, like, hey, it is what it is. And so, but Jolt and Jimmy's here. Bomber's there. And I do not, I'm telling you right now, I do not know if Tia Roy's coming in.
Okay.
He's getting an MRI right now, or he did, and so he may or may not come in. But if he joins us, he joins us. But it is...
He's getting an MRI?
Yeah.
Is that for most ridiculous interview?
No.
No?
What?
No, I think he's got a meniscus tear. I think the poor guy's going to have some...
I like how you called that without...
I did call it.
You did. You just called it.
Yeah.
Dr. Foster.
So anyway, thoughts and prayers out to Tia Roy. Hopefully everything's fine. Yeah, best wishes. But we get to talk about, it's opening day. We get to talk about some gambling lines. What's going on with the Nats and the Yankees, Dodgers and Giants tonight. And we got from anywhere. I mean, it's still a conversation. That's from yesterday, today, or whatever else. I don't know why you think I'm mad at you, Jimmy. I'm not mad at you at all. So you keep saying that, but I was not mad at you yesterday. I'm not going to be mad at you today. That's not my nature.
So you're no longer suffering from the little big man syndrome?
I do not have that. I'm not Napoleon disease or whatever that's called.
Napoleon complex.
I know you're not.
Yeah.
You want to talk about gambling lines?
Sure.
I watched a movie on Netflix last night.
Okay.
Maybe you've seen it. You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was great.
Okay.
Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, my gosh.
Were you on the edge of your seat the entire time?
It makes me happy. Now, this isn't supposed to sound racist here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
It makes me happy that I'm not Jewish, that I'm not living in New York, and I don't own a jewelry shop.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's life is insane, what he has to go through. And he's a big-time gambler, and I won't go any further. Kevin Garnett has a big role in it. He acts in the movie. He does a very good job.
Is this based around the 2008 NBA Finals?
I think the movie takes place in 2011.
Okay, so, all right.
One of the parts of the movie is Kevin Garnett gives him his 2008 championship ring.
Okay, gotcha.
And so the guy's life's just a mess. He owes everybody money. He's a gambling addict, and the way it ends is insane. So you're talking about gambling lines.
Both sides of this. By the way, I completely endorse this movie, and this movie was coming out at the beginning of COVID, so I didn't get to see it in the theaters.
You're gonna watch it?
Yes.
You need to watch it.
It's way too far that I haven't watched this movie. All right. I listened to a lot of people. You're exactly either people love it or they hate it. How's that? All right. Mm-hmm. There's no in between. Like I could do it. They just, from everything I've read, reviewed, whatever else. Kevin Garnett talking about this movie. Kevin Garnett on a podcast is one of the most listened to people that you can ever imagine. He's the type of guy. First, full transparency, I love KG. One of my favorite basketball players of all time. All right? But
the big ticket.
Yes. But he takes over every podcast he's ever been on. He's a person that will walk into any room, he takes over. He's just got that personality. Mm-hmm. I pray that he buys the T-Wolves. I think it's just, that would be, for me, that's just awesome.
Why do you want him to buy the T-Wolves?
Because I think he wanted to get in a partnership. That's why he will no longer allow them to, he won't even be around for their, to retire his number. Like the owner of the T-Wolves, like originally, like when he came back after the Celtics, he came back to the T-Wolves, and it was going to be, there was like a tacit agreement, if you will, Bomber.
Hey, there's that word again.
That eventually he could be part of a ownership, and the owner kind of pulled out on that agreement, and he was pissed.
All right.
So that being said, he's not happy about it. But now, if it's being up for, and this was I think in yesterday's, I pulled up a commercial break that he's looking into being part of ownership, and I hope he does.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think he would be a great owner. I think he would be, if you look at someone like Mark Cuban, that you see an owner there.
Dallas Mavericks.
Shark Tank.
You would have KG would be right there, fist bumping everybody.
I
be on
think
top.
former players should absolutely become owners.
Like
they know the ins and outs of it better than
A-Rod
anybody.
trying to buy the Mets?
Yeah. But
yeah, he's part of a group.
Jay's not a fan of A-Rod, though.
No, I'm not. I'm not because
Who do you think will win in a fight, A-Rod or KG?
KG in a heartbeat.
He's got more passion. A-Rod's a little bit more passive, I think.
KG in a heartbeat. KG would. I mean, we can do this over and over.
I want to know who's taller. What's their
KG's
stats?
taller. KG's got
is
a longer red.
KG is almost 7 foot tall.
Yeah,
isn't he like 6'11"?
Is he beefy? I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, he's a string bean, and A-Rod is pretty beefy, so they probably weigh the same. A-Rod's 6'3", KG's 6'10", 6'11".
A-Rod is not a fighter. Like why? Like why is this even a thing? Like I mean, put me up. Give me A-Rod against anybody, and A-Rod loses. He falls into a fetal position.
I think J-Lo could beat
yes,
A-Rod.
She does, by the way. She probably does.
A-Rod against Hank Carrillo.
Carrillo.
No, Hank wins.
Hank still wins?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, Hank is an 82-year-old man who still plays fast pitch. The guy was a legend in the West End of Davenport, and he's invited to my wedding. So, Hank Carrillo... You would whoop A-Rod. You would whoop A-Rod. No.
Yeah.
No. But you know what? Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
No.
I have, I'm getting married on September 5th. Of course, everyth's crazy with COVID.
It's the day after my birthday.
And I have 12 groomsmen.
I don't even like that many people.
And so...
I don't know. You have 12.
Now, 2 of them are my sons.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
3 of them is my wife's brothers or nieces. I'm sorry.
Phil? Is it Philip?
Yes.
I love Phil.
Yes.
Philip? Yeah.
And so I have about 6 or 7 of my best friends, and 2 of them have called and said, one lives in San Diego, one lives in Washington, D.C., and said, we can't come because of the COVID. I said, I completely understand.
So now you're down to 10.
Well, no, I've got a lot of friends, Jay. So
I'll stand in.
I have fillers, but I was talking to a buddy of mine last night.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to the guy in San Diego who's supposed to be my groomsman. I said, wouldn't it be great? Because they have these celebrity double companies that you can hire people for parties.
Oh, yes. I like
Christopher
where this is
Walken,
going.
Robert De Niro, Sylvester Stallone, and hire a couple celebrity doubles that look and sound exactly like the real thing and have them come in as my groomsmen. They have Christopher Walken be my best man and do the speech.
This is a terrible
Sylvester
idea.
Stallone. It's a
I love
great
this
idea.
This is a terrible idea. Like this
Let us know out there what you think.
Is
Thumbs
Elvis
up,
going to
thumbs
marry
down.
you guys?
Elvis?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That would be super
Of course,
cool.
Hank Carrillo is kind of the same thing as Elvis.
You could have Bryce Harper.
I'm not a
Marry
Bryce Harper
you.
fan.
That's you're never gonna like.
I'd rather have Mike Trout.
Oh, Jay doesn't like
Leah, if you had to marry either Bryce Harper or Mike Trout, who would it be?
Ooh, oh boy.
it. Bryce Harper.
Because he has better hair or what?
He's a man. I don't know. He's got that appeal. He's got that alpha appeal.
Like Jay Foster.
Yeah.
I like where she's at. I do agree with that, which is weird that we get to. So remember, I told you guys about this streak, this fantasy baseball league that I'm in. And we're going on our 20th year.
And you have to do it online this time.
I have to do it online. It's been in person every time. Started in 2000. It's always been an auction. Now it has to be a snake. No keepers.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No.
I did not realize this. I did not know that I got last year.
You, Jay
I
Foster,
got last in the league.
last place
So I have the number 1 overall pick.
in anything. That shocks me.
Yeah. So I must have done something wrong. I must have not set my lineup. There must be some type of weird thing that's going on.
Oh,
but I have the number 1 overall pick. The number 1 overall pick in my fantasy baseball draft tonight.
Bryce Harper.
Nope. What? It kills me. Kills me.
Mike Trout?
It's going to be Mike Trout.
I think it's smart.
Yeah.
Every year he's put up better numbers. Every year.
It kills me.
Does it kill you?
Yeah, but there's 13, so when the pick comes back, the 13th, that'll be the 26th pick.
But like I said
Bryce
yesterday,
Harper will be there.
should be Christian Yelich.
That's fine. I'm just
What are
telling
you
you.
eating now?
Pistachios.
This guy is like he's a human in
Loves
garbage
pistachios.
disposal. He brought a jar of olives.
If right now I'm telling
I
you,
love it.
if overall the top 100 ranked, top 500.
Yeah.
And Bryce Harper is number 32. Why do I know for a fact that he will not fall to me at number 26 when it comes back? Because it's a snake draft.
Oh, so you don't even know?
No, that's why I hate snake draft.
Yeah, I don't like that either. That doesn't.
Well, welcome to the fantasy world. You're gonna hate fantasy football when you have to do it.
Listen, my whole world is fantasy.
Why is it if
like
he's the 32nd right now out of the top 500? Why do I know for a fact that he will not be there? If everybody hates Bryce Harper so much,
Bryce Harper is ranked 32nd out of the top 500 players.
I think so. Yeah,
that's insane. Because everybody loves this guy, even if you hate him, you love him, and everybody thinks he's.
Are you talking about Trout?
Hate him
because everybody thinks he's on the edge of a huge.
Well, if everybody likes him, then I automatically don't like him.
Every year for the last 5 years, everybody's saying this is Bryce Harper's 60 home run year.
Okay.
It hasn't happened.
Stocking said that Trout is married and his wife is expecting a child. Harper is a child.
All right, first things first. Trout said, I'm going to play. He made it yesterday be like, I'm going to be playing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are you getting to why he's 32?
No, I just picked up something else here for a second.
How can Harper be 32?
I can't wait till we come back from break over this, what I just read.
What?
Anyway, because this is something I wanted to talk about overall, and I just can't believe that this happened. Anyway, I need to look at the top 500 players. Listen, yeah, but Trout said he's going to play, and that's a big deal. So, I mean, I just can't. Christian Yelich, there's something off about Christian Yelich.
He looks like the dude from Saturday Night Live.
No.
What's his name?
Who?
Oh, gosh. I'll look it up.
Yeah, which one? There's a lot
Christian
of them.
Yelich looks exactly like...
I'm just saying that he was fine. He was a top prospect, but he didn't do well for the Marlins or whatever else. And then all of a sudden now he's this guy like that. There's something off. There's a Brady Anderson-esque to him. Something happened. I think he's into the PEDs.
I don't think he is. He's skinny as a rail. Brady Anderson got big.
Brady Anderson just hit 49 home runs in 1 year. That's it. He didn't get big.
He got big.
He hit 49 home runs in 1 year. That was it.
That was it?
That was it. That was
only
it.
49?
Yes. 49 home runs. That was it, yeah.
For a leadoff hitter. He batted leadoff for the Orioles that year.
I'm a leadoff hitter. I can go yard. Doesn't mean I take PEDs.
You batted 400 1 year.
1 year. Once.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And you led the team.
I don't care about that.
Almost every year you led the team in walks and hit by pitch.
Yes, every year. Walks. Got an eye.
Stocking said, Jay, someone will take Harper just to upset you. I agree with that statement. He also said, I never doubted the fact that Trout would play. It was in regards to who Bomber should march down the aisle with.
Oh, gotcha.
The name of the guy that Christian Yelich looks exactly like? Pete Davidson.
Oh
no!
Yes.
He's weirdly attractive in a I want to save him from his heroin addiction type of way. I watched the King of New York or whatever it was or whatever.
Yeah. King of Staten Island.
Yeah. I watched that and I was like, okay. I always thought he looked like a junkie, like gross, like heroin chic kind of thing. And then I watched it. I was like, okay, I can see the appeal. He's got a way about him, and it's not swag because he doesn't have that. It's not confidence because he doesn't have that. It's like maybe his comedic timing and like his he's very sarcastic. I don't know.
Self-deprecating humor.
I think I like that. I have it. I do the same thing. I make fun of myself more than I applaud myself. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm attracted to that.
I think he looks. There's someone else. I think
Pete Davidson looks like Christian Yelich, and I think what you're talking about, Leah, is he's a beefier version of Pee Wee Herman.
Ew, no.
No?
No.
The goofiness, the sarcasm.
He's not goofy. Pee Wee's he was slapstick humor. Pete Davidson is more like Jay said. I think he nailed it with the self-deprecating humor. I think that's it. I think that's what it is.
Show this to Leah.
No, I don't want to. You show it to her.
This is a great picture of him.
All right, let me see this. Let me see. Okay, this is
Pete Davidson?
Yeah. See, there's appeal there. And his tattoos look like a detention desk. But, yeah, maybe it's his big lips, too. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But there's something attractive about him. And I'm ashamed to admit that.
All right, Foster, you're going to regret not taking Yelich.
No, I'm not. He's just not my. There's certain things.
Yes, you are. Times infinity. No black magic, no returns.
There's certain things like you feel fine with. You move on. You're like it's fine. Like you're just not going to be. And I'm not. I'm not going to feel that way. about him at all. I'm trying to look at the SNL character that guy who was on the show, who was from West Delaware, Manchester. He graduated from there, from Iowa. He went to the University of Iowa too. He was only on for one season. I think he looks more like that. Christian Yelich does, but that's fine. No, but yeah, we're gonna do a draft. I'm excited. I get to watch 2 ball games today. It's all gonna mean some things, and make a bet here and there. I need to talk to Jake from
Is Garrett
Elite
Cole
Sportsbook.
starting for the Yankees?
State Farm.
I need to talk to Jake because
State Farm.
every time I go to Elite Sportsbook, they tell me I'm not in the state of Iowa. Which
What?
Yes, I try to log into my account. They're like, "Oh, we're logging on." So we will talk when we come back from break. We'll talk about
All right.
where to bet tonight. By the way,
Where
There's
to
2
bet?
games.
Let's go.
What to bet? Yeah.
What to bet. Done Right TV and Security Solutions is proud to be your Dish premier local retailer. Use Dish's voice remote to search live TV, over 80,000 on-demand titles, and Netflix at the same time. Done Right has all the products you need to turn your home into a smart home. Not only do they have state-of-the-art products, they even have their own installation experts for TV mounts, wireless networks, home theaters, security systems, and more. Call 866-84-RIGHT today to get the package that is right for you. Netflix streaming membership required. Voice remote requires internet-connected hopper. Restrictions do apply. Once again, that's Done Right TV and Security Solutions at 866-84-RIGHT.
Going too fast.
I don't go too fast.
I said, give me a hell yeah.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us,
Car
We're
old?
Local.
Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Cole Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Cole Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Cole Valley.
Golick and Wingo.
You want to get into the bubble with a bunch of negative tested people, and then you try and keep it that way. The problem is, it's not only known as a bubble, it's known as the mesh hat, because there are going to be people every day from the outside coming in to help in the next few months with all of this, and then they will leave the mesh hat and go home and then come back in. So that's going to be the issue there. And I get not having an exact answer of, if we have this amount of positive tests, it's over. I understand you can't do that.
No.
It seems like it's going to be you kind of know it. You kind of say, okay, this is kind of taken over now. We need to stop. The only problem is you wonder, because there's a lot of money at stake here, if they really try and look for reasons to keep going rather than to say, you know what, this is too much, we need to stop.
You know they've gone through this in their minds, but they don't want to say exactly what they think that would be. But that doesn't mean other people aren't doing it.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
This is the Dan Levitar Show on ESPN Radio.
I want everybody to think of a number between 1 and 10.
4.
Okay, I shouldn't have said it. Now I want everyone to multiply that number by 2. Now I want you to add 6. Now I want you to divide it by 2. Now I want you to take your original number and subtract it from the number that you have right now. The number you currently have in your head is 3. Boom, baby! Whoa!
It is magic. It's not a magic trick.
Magic?
It's mathic. Like, it's not magic. All you did was math there.
We're on the radio, Dan. I can't do magic. I got to do it the way I can do it on the radio.
Can't believe we all picked the same number.
The magic trick is I got the math right.
Well, that was the big upset, because I totally thought we were ending this show with you go, wait a minute, my number's 5, because you did the math trick all wrong.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Renewal by Anderson.
I'm Sam Hare with Renewal by Anderson, and we're excited to announce our 25th anniversary. With 25 years of service, our family is excited to continue helping yours. the security and safety of your home is still our priority. Whether your windows and doors need to be replaced due to age, safety, security, or damage, we're here for you. We're offering virtual appointments, safe distance consultations, and more. Our Renewal by Anderson family is practicing CDC guidelines to keep your family safe. In celebration of our 25th anniversary, we are offering flexible financing options. No money down, no payments, and no interest for a full 25 months. That's over 2 years. On top of our financing options, celebrate with our 31-day sale this July. $350 off of every window and $900 off of every patio door. Text the word silver to 96714 for more information or visit us online at renewalbyanderson.com.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
When you're working from home, just tell Alexa to play us. It will be a much better conversation than you normally have with those coworkers. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to remind you that if you're not watching us on Facebook Live and leaving comments in the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, you can listen to us on your terrestrial radio, your smartphone. Download the app ESPN 1170 AM, where you also get all our cool blogs, including the one about the RBI baseball, how that should be the sound.
Yes.
That's it. And you can also listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. Now, what we were talking about, what I looked at when we were saying things about the MLB season, and then I started laughing. I'm like, I can't believe this, because we're going to talk about this soon.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter about your political beliefs. Doesn't matter about you don't want to change things. Doesn't matter you don't want to take down a statue. Doesn't matter this and that, all right? What goes in the process of changing a name? The Washington football team is going to change their name. They cannot change it this year. They do not have enough time.
The Washington Nationals.
The Washington Redskins, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, cannot change their team name.
Well,
do you want to know what they're going to call themselves this year? Temporarily. Do not read at that computer.
Is it the Prince symbol?
The Washington.
Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. It's on now.
All right. The Washington MAGAs.
Whoa!
Because it takes so long for them to change a name.
I would never do
All right.
that.
So let me take you through this. All right. The last team to change its name was the Tennessee Oilers in 1999.
Yep.
All right. They moved to Houston.
Why was that offensive?
It's not. They just moved.
Oh, okay.
Since then, we've had Tennessee Titans, but the last team to change its name because they moved. Now it's the Titans in 1999.
And that was
right?
a bad. It should have been the Tennessee Tuxedos.
Obviously, that's pretty good. That would have
like
been good.
that.
Yeah.
Except that's like a strip club name nationwide. Tuxedos.
This franchise has an 87-year history. The Redskins do.
Okay.
All right. And then you also have the logo to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You have apparel and merchandise. You have digital footprint. You have physical footprint. You have paperwork. That's the most important thing. Paperwork. Like who's got what domain, what's going on, how much you're going to do. Then you have sponsors and media partners to go through.
Uh-huh.
That's why this is as easy as we think it can be.
Mm-hmm.
And we can goof around and say, like, this team could be named whatever else. It was not going to happen this year.
No.
Do you want me to tell you what the Washington Redskins will be known as in 2020?
You already know? Like, this
Yes.
is legit? This
Yeah.
isn't just a speculation?
Yeah, they picked their temporary name already.
Oh, my God, I want to know. I want to know.
Go ahead.
The Washington football team.
Oh, my God.
Well, will their helmets just be blank, burgundy?
Maybe with the W. I'm sure they've already trademarked that, the old school, just the W, maybe not anything else.
Because the old Washington Redskins helmet had the arrow, kind of like the Florida State Seminoles have.
The Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
That was who's their marketing team? Because they need to do.
According to Adam Schefter, ESPN senior writer for the NFL, effective immediately, the Washington will call itself the Washington football team, pending the adoption of a new name the franchise announced. This is not a final renaming and rebranding for the team.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is the name it wants to use until pending adoption of a new name at some point.
Uh-huh.
The team will continue the process of retiring the former name and hopes to be entirely rid of it on physical and digital spaces within the next 50 days. By September 13th, its regular season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
Washington will not have to change its color scheme. It will still use the burgundy and gold, and the logo on the helmet will be replaced by the player's number in gold, which, by the way, I do like that. I like it. I'd like an olive.
An owl?
Olive.
You guys are eating olives in the studio.
Yeah. I do like the numbers on the helmet, by the way.
Somebody give me an olive. Hand me one. You can touch it. I don't care.
Okay.
You know what? I used to put olives. Thank you. I used to put olives in my draft beer.
Absolutely.
And it's called a Milwaukee Martini for future reference.
I was a bartender for years, and I lived on olives when I was working.
Same.
While the Washington football team uses these uniforms and helmets for the 2020 season, it will be seeking the feedback of players, alumni, fans, sponsors, and the community for the team name it will use in the future. Fans will be able to purchase Washington football team merchandise from Fanatics and NFL Shop in the coming days. The team retired the name it had used for 87 years on July 13th after launching a thorough review 10 days earlier. The Washington football team.
I think it's super creative. The hours they must have spent coming up with that temporary name is...
What do you think they should be named
daunting.
in 2021?
All right, so we walked out yesterday, and you said...
I got a great idea.
You're not the first person to do this, by the way. I know you think it's a great idea, but...
They should name them the Washington Sentinels and have the same exact uniforms that they had in the replacements.
I need to Google this real quick. And computer's not doing it.
The Washington Liberals. Hey! It's true. I mean, come on.
What's the movie? It's The Replacements, right?
Yep. And what is a Sentinel, by the way?
Isn't it like a certified letter?
20-year-old.
Let me Google it. I'm going to Google it right now.
Which, by the way, when we talk about films that we need to do a rewatch about. This might be up there, The Replacement. I hated this film when I saw it in the theaters. I really did.
I've grown to love it more, by the way, the movie, The Replacements.
You are going to have to pay...
It's a soldier, by the way.
Warner Brothers, how much for the name The Sentinels? Because that's who produced it.
$1.50? I don't know.
No, come on, Jimmy.
I'm being facetious. How
Yeah.
much?
Spell facetious.
If you think... If this movie has anything in the folklore of Washington, and you're going to do this, how much do you think Warner Brothers is going to hold on to the naming rights of this?
Oh, you called this from day one.
Yeah.
Not only did you call this, but you called that they're going to drag this out as long as possible to keep the attention on themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
This will be a social media storm. Like, we're going to name it. Some 11-year-old's going to name their team. You know what they're going to name them? The Warriors.
It's like DJ named the Lunchbox, the restaurant for Roseanne and... You remember?
Yeah, that's a really good call.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an 11-year-old and it can be like, oh, it was Warriors the entire time. Who knew? And they had it trademarked since
they've already
what
got
time?
the name picked out.
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
Warriors. It's
yeah,
Warriors.
It's
100%.
100%. Yeah, but they're gonna. I still think it should be. What did I say?
Murder Hornets.
Murder Hornets. I love that.
I like the Murder Hornets. That was a good one.
How much are you going to ask for the name?
How much do you think Warner Brothers is going to ask for the name?
Probably millions.
Oh, millions.
20, at least.
$20 million. Petty cash for the NFL.
I think more than 20.
No, Dan Snyder. It's not the NFL. It's naming rights. It got nothing to do with the NFL here.
But you know what? Maybe Warriors are going to be offended. I mean, I know a few Warriors, and they're going to write strongly worded letters. I don't know if it's going to stick, guys.
Well, I think it would be
How
fun.
much would it be? All right. The original budget of this movie was $50 million. So right now I'm telling you it is $50 million, period, to own the rights to that movie, that name, everything else. If he wants to say, I want to name it the Centennials, he has to give him Warner Brothers $50 million, period.
All right, forget it then. Here's another name.
They
for
made
you.
50.1 in the box office, by the way.
So they made $1 million probably.
No, they made $100,000 in the box office.
100,000.
Yeah.
Okay, 50.1. Sorry, I was told there'd be no math today.
That's fine.
But, how about the Washington Bullets?
That's not going to happen. No.
No, Bullets is offensive. Look at all these people. Are
The
you
NBA
kidding
team
me?
used to be the Bullets.
But during the school shootings,
Chicago Bears should be the Chicago
during
Bullets.
the school shootings, they were like, "Hey, we need to stop this." After
they became the Wizards.
1999, they became the Wizards.
Which
yes.
I thought, that's offensive too. A wizard could cast an evil spell
Let's
on you.
let's not go down this whole thing about what's offensive, what's not.
Everything's
Let's not
offensive. Everything.
Right now, would you pay Do you really believe the Centennials is a great name for Washington? Would you pay $50 million?
No.
It's Sentinels.
Sentinels, sorry.
No, I don't think they will. I was just trying to be a little, put a little flavor in there because that was a fun movie. I thought it was fun. By the way, did you know that Keanu Reeves, who's left-handed.
You are a little obsessed with Keanu Reeves.
Well, because I look like him a little bit. He played quarterback in that movie, and the guy they hired to train him was T.J. Rubley.
Hey.
Davenport native. Davenport West High School, class of 86, played at Tulsa, played for the Green Bay Packers, L.A. Rams.
I don't think that's true.
I'll bet you...
$50 million?
Yeah, $50 million. T.J. Rubley was the...
But he was a Heisman winning quarterback in Point Break.
Johnny Utah, Ohio State. He bent his knee backwards the wrong way 90 degrees.
Johnny Utah, sorry, man.
And missed his window. So he became
the best line in the movie.
He became an FBI
You know what
agent.
that is? Yeah.
Yes.
For serious? Rubley did that?
T.J. Rubley. If you ever get the DVD, which I have at home, I'll let you borrow it, the behind-the-scenes documentary, T.J. Rubley's on it. It shows him teaching Keanu Reeves everything about being a quarterback. And Keanu Reeves played hockey. He grew up in Canada. So he never played traditional American sports, baseball, football, basketball. He played hockey.
All right,
I'm going to... T.J. Rubley said that when he was done training Keanu Reeves...
Reeves was already an athlete before he became an actor, by the way.
He said that there's no doubt in his mind Keanu Reeves could have played quarterback at a Division III college after he was done training.
Keanu Reeves probably would have made it to the highest before the NHL. He was a hockey player.
Keanu Reeves can do gymnastics in my bedroom.
Yes, I guess. I'm not a big Keanu Reeves fan.
Not even his looks,
what I'm telling you right now is I think, actually, it's not a bad idea for the Washington football team to ask Warner Brothers and say, I'll give you $50 million for all the rights to this. That way you can play the scenes in between quarters or whatever else.
I don't like
You've
any
got
of
all the
those.
royalties.
I think it's disgusting.
Well, the name needs to change, and it should have changed a long time ago. So it's not the current climate.
Okay,
it's not a cancel climate.
Washington Antifa.
No.
What about the Washington?
Do the time machine. Go 7 years ago when Dan Snyder said we will never change the name. This is not a time now where this is not a climate thing. It's not a cancel culture right now. The name needed to change for years.
It
years.
is a cancer culture.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
It's
But it
totally
should have changed a long
cancel
time
culture.
ago. This is a bad name. Period.
Here's
It's
how
a
you can
bad
please
name.
a lot of people. Name them the Washington Carvers.
What?
Name them the Washington Carvers.
They're not going to name him that.
George Washington Carver?
I know, but why? What background does he have to Washington, D.C. and everything else?
He's an African American who had to bust his butt and do great
I understand
things.
that.
Washington Carvers.
No. There's got to be something to do with
the
the
Buffalo
background.
Bills.
That's completely different.
Stop arguing, ladies.
No.
No.
You're going to make me talk like walking now.
The team is named or whatever else. Like right now, where you're renaming a team, but the thing is, the name needed to change. Bomber, period.
I don't disagree with that.
It's a bad name.
But there's so many other names out there that are on the same level.
The majority of the people want it changed. So in my mind, change it. Yeah, the majority of the people want it. There is a lot of other
They
offensive
wanted
names,
it 7 years ago. What happened was FedEx
Leah,
said it, Amazon said it, Nike said it. They all pulled everything else. That's the problem. The big problem is the money came in, and then Dan Snyder goes, oh my goodness, they're not going to do this. And DC said, we're not going to give you a new stadium. And he goes, oh my goodness, 7 years ago, people were saying this is a bad name.
Right,
The
but
problem
the people
is
that it's
the
supposedly
money.
offending were in support of the name.
The people it was offending were offended.
No.
And Dan Snyder said, I'm not changing the name. The
If the
problem is
Indian community-
Amazon, Nike, FedEx, everyone else said, we're no longer giving you money. And he goes,
The Indian community was not offended.
Yes, they were.
No, it was upwards in the 80-90 percentage that the Indians were saying that they were in support of that name, because when you remove these names, you're removing the ethnicity as well, just like Aunt Jemima, and you're removing minorities from.
You're going down a different path, Bomber.
No, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is to me.
That Aunt Jemima thing, by the way, was terrible.
Stupid.
Awful. And
Stupid.
it shouldn't have been there in the first place. And it was.
Why?
If you want,
She's one of the first. She was a millionaire.
no, she wasn't.
Yes, she
That is
was.
the biggest lie that anyone has ever told you. No, she wasn't.
Do you want me to research it right now?
Yeah.
And give a
you-
reference?
I'm telling you, do you know when she got hired? At the World's Fair in Chicago. Her name was Nancy something else. The company had been bought over 3 or 4 times, Aunt Jemima, whatever else, till finally they got her to do what we can do on a Saturday at the market. and they said, "You look like what we want to have." She looked like a mammy. It is a house slave. It is terrible. It's systematic racism at the worst. The image is awful.
Right.
It has always been awful.
Okay, change the picture. Don't take her off completely, because that woman is a success story in the end.
She was not a millionaire. She was not a millionaire.
She was.
No, she was not.
All right, I'm looking it up right now.
You know, Jay,
the worst thing about all this is that she was not a millionaire, and people believe that. It's not. It's the Redskins are a bad name, all right? Period.
I agree. Will the Chiefs...
$50 million, buy the entire movie rights.
You think? That's
what I think it's a good idea.
Do you have any other good names in mind?
I did like Murder Hornets. I'll say that.
No.
I liked T. Roy when he came up with the pigskins. And,
the pigskins.
Yeah, I like that. Well, you think about that.
Yes, I like it. I like it.
What was the other one? What do you have for hogs or whatever else? Bomber, do you remember?
What? Sorry.
What do you have for another name?
For
you
what?
had one that T. Roy had for the Redskins. Something hogs.
Oh,
But it was like, there was still like, you remember the hogs are offensive line?
Yes, the pigskins are great.
Like, the
Stop.
pigskins
You don't have
great.
to go any further.
I think
That's
the pigskin's great. You keep the redskin part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You keep the skins.
Yep.
You keep the hogs, the lineage, and it's a football thing too. I think.
I hope they're listening because I can't think of a better name. That's great.
I think that's the best. But I did enjoy Murder Hornets a lot. But yeah. So
all right, I'm gonna have to do this on break because
no, you don't have to do it on break. I'm telling you right now. I know I'm right.
It's a lot to read.
I know I'm right. I know you don't need.
You're not always right, Jay Foster.
I'm telling you, in this situation, I know I'm right. Okay, you could just put down the phone and just listen to the conversation.
No, I don't do that. I don't just take people's words
Her
for
name's Nancy
anything.
something,
Yeah, I know.
and-
I'm on it right now. Thank you
She's
so
not a
much.
millionaire. She's not a millionaire. And what they did, it was a World's Fair, and the company had been sold over 3 or 4 times, and they just found someone that looked like that they wanted to look like a mammy, and it's very racist.
No,
and
that
it's
is
terrible.
the image was racist. I'm not denying that, and I'm not debating that whatsoever. With the do rag on her head and everything else, that was disgusting. But you can change the image and still keep her legacy alive. Is my point.
Sure.
I don't think deleting her from the product altogether is
Going
doing
back
more
to
harm
this,
than good.
Going back to this, I'm telling you that the Redskins 7 years ago, this has been something that's been brought up multiple times. But 7 years ago, it's not me, it was Dan Snyder that said, we will never change this name. He is on record 7 years ago saying, I don't care how many people picket, protest, do whatever else outside our stadium, we are never changing this name. Until FedEx, Amazon, Nike said, not going to happen. And then he goes, oh, this is bad. And then all this other stuff comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Please be pigskins.
No, but you know
love
what?
that
That's
name.
offensive. That's offensive to vegetarians.
No, because the whole thing, like, you can't. If you're going to be the Washington football team, you can be the Washington
proving a
Pigskins.
point. I'm proving a point about cancel culture.
I understand.
It is. You know,
something is always going to be offensive to somebody.
6 degrees of separation, or 6 degrees of Christopher Walken, or
And it's 11 degrees of separation from Kevin
Bacon. Whatever. Okay, there's always a amount of degrees of offensiveness. I'm Greek. All right, my parents, my mother and father, they're both Greek. I look at the Michigan State Spartans, who were bloody warriors that murdered people, or the USC Trojans, who have a condom named after them. And I could very easily say, I'm Greek, and I'm offended. I want it changed.
You know what I'm offended by? And it's the only thing ever, like, because I really don't pay attention or give 2 S's less about anything. When you go check a box for your ethnicity, and everybody's got an ethnicity, and then yours just says white. Like, that's it. That's all we are, is a skin color. There's no ethnicity next to the box. That offends me. You can have European American. You can have you're non-Hispanic. That's another option that I get. I'm non-Hispanic. Why is that? I mean, it's a bunch of.
Well, there's usually one that says other, and then there's a fill in blank.
Why do I have to be other?
I always check other, and then I write in Super Soldier Experiment 1943.
Well. And the argument goes with this too is African Americans. They're not African. They're American. They're just American. So why wouldn't their blacks just be black? And then mine would be white. We're all American. Yeah. So why do they get the African in front of theirs? And I just get white. I'm just white.
How it works.
I'm just Blanco.
It's an interesting topic because there's a set
I giggle every time I check that box.
There's a set of brothers who are black. Named the Hodge twins. You ever watch them?
I love them.
Yes.
They're my favorite people. I love them.
I love them too. And they swing to the right. They're conservative. But they come out all the time and say, Africa
we're not African. We're American.
Is full of black and white and
Yeah.
and mixed people
Absolutely.
and people that look like me.
African
I'm Greek,
is not
Egyptian.
yes, you're right. 100%.
And so to say that you're African doesn't mean you're black.
No,
it means
but
you're
that's-
from Africa. You
Right.
have African roots.
For that to be adopted in the U.S. as a nationality for melanin enriched peoples is racist in itself.
I'm not
in
from
my
Africa. You're
opinion.
from Africa, you African booty scratcher, which is probably my favorite line in Boys in the Hood. Yeah. But
at the same point, we could say that we are European Americans, and Europe has a lot of diverse, different looking people, from redheads to blondes to people like me. I'm Greek, Southern Europe.
Right.
So I mean,
I'm just white.
It's fine.
I have
It doesn't-
no heritage. I have no ethnicity. I have no culture whatsoever. I'm just white.
You don't know what you are?
I am Belgian, 100%. I'm only second generation American. So for me to, I mean, my grandma spoke Dutch fluently. She was literally, and then my great grandma was literally, she didn't speak English. So
who am I right here? You ready? Move out of the way, Jay.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Yeah.
What is that? Is he supposed to be Belgian?
The Hodge twins.
Oh.
At the end of their videos, they always end it that way.
I do love them though. They're logical. I love the way they're very intelligent people. I love them. But you're right. They have addressed this exact conversation before, and they laugh at it. They're like, "Don't call me African. I'm American. Like I've never even been to Africa. Why are you calling me African American?" It's time they drop that. That's offensive. I think. Drop that.
they don't do that anymore, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
No.
I just filled out a bunch of paperwork, and African American was a
the
box.
paperwork's behind the things. If you want to move on to something that's going to bother you or whatever else, like now, even with you look at the Iowa report that came out in this past week, and then ESPN wrote it and talked about Rob Howe from Hawkeye Nation, and they talk about black athletes, and black is with the capital B, and white athletes is with the lowercase white. Move on to another argument, something else that bothers you. It's like, because that paperwork is just outdated.
It's just silly to me, though. It's the irony.
I'm telling you right now, the whole thing is silly.
It is silly, but I just think it's fun to talk about because there is validity to it as well. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's just going to be the same way. People are going to, if you get upset about your heritage or whatever else, like, there's always things to do. And like I told you, like capital B to the W, you can look at that. And I remember, God, this is so dumb, but I remember when, I don't know, BET launched in 1991, and people were like, well, what if we had a white entertainment television? I'm like, great, it would just be Billy Idol and Billy Joel the entire time. I don't care. It didn't bother me.
That doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is the fact that there are still black-only colleges. That bothers me. There's a fact that there are black-only dating websites. That bothers me. If you want equality, you need to be equal.
There's Jewish only. There's farmers only.
That's
There's
a religion. That's not a
There's
skin
farmers
color.
only. Like,
skin color is separation by race, and I don't approve of any of that in any regard whatsoever. If there was a white-only dating website, I would disapprove of that as well. Do not quit segregating us.
All right, Bomber. The thing is, somebody made a site and is making money off of it. It's got nothing to do with black only. All right, I guarantee you.
You can't. If you can't go to a college because you're white, that's racism.
Not true either. You can
It is
you can
true.
go to that college if you're white.
No,
Yes,
you
can.
cannot.
It's not black only. You can go.
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Listen, but if someone makes a site, a dating site, I guarantee you, somewhere down the thing when you sub community or whatever else, it's going to be. White women seeking black male seeking white women, vice versa, black women seeking white male.
Okay, but when it's blackonlymeet.com is an actual legit website.
They bought it. And people are
care.
paying to be a part of it. That's the thing. They bought it. Some person bought it, and probably the person who bought it is a white person.
If it was
I'm sorry.
whiteonlymeet.com would not fly. That would be taken down and reported to the BBB and reported to everybody else.
You don't think
There isn't.
There's groups out there?
It's called eHarmony.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that the whole thing is that
the double standards are what I don't like.
The site
That's
is
what
not
offends
like
me.
there's not as many double standards as you think.
No, there are. There are more than I think.
Let me bring you back in really quick.
Okay.
I got a question. All right, so the Redskins are going to change.
Sports before break, yes.
Redskins are going to change their name,
Mhm.
hopefully to the Pigskins.
I would love it.
I love it.
Yep.
Does that set the precedent? Does that pave the road for teams like the Chiefs, the Braves, the Seminoles, the Indians to change their name?
Start all over here. The Indians are looking into it, changing their name. All right, that's definitely. The Seminoles will not. The Seminole Nation fully supports Florida State, from their highest chief of all. They support that. So the Seminoles will not change. The Chiefs is a good question. What T-Ray says, and I don't know any better, and maybe you can look it up. A chief is just like the person who's
in charge.
Yeah, he's the whole thing. So like,
it's almost become a word that more white people use than Indians.
Yeah, and
Native Americans.
Things like Blackhawk College isn't going to change because Chief Blackhawk. Same thing with Chicago. Chicago said we're not changing the name. It gives someone who actually was in Illinois. Now the Atlanta Week were never in Illinois. That's why Illinois changed it to Chief Atlanta Week. They just went to Illini, okay? But it does beg the question, what are we going to look at? All right, now, if we're going to do Native Americans, we'll go there. And then we can move down, slowly we can move down to what's offensive. I do not think at all that the Fighting Irish should be changed, but there's going to be people out there that are going to say these things. So, but there's a lot of names out there, and this is not something... We've been on the radio almost 2 years. We were on a podcast 3 years ago, and we went through a lot of offensive names. Mm-hmm. So 3 years ago, we were sitting in Pints, and we talked about there are high schools in Illinois, the Fighting Midgets, things like that.
What?
Yes.
That's a
dead serious. So you can find, and people will say on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, they will throw down a lot of names that are offensive.
Are you midgets? Wow.
Yes. I just don't know.
Why would you pick that as a team name to begin with?
I think it's midgets, but I could be wrong. I think Stocking, actually, he's out there. He'll be the first to tell you what the name is. But I think it's Midville Midgets. And it's just slow. It comes out your tongue, I guess. But
Did
yes,
they change it to little people?
The Indians are looking into it.
What about the Braves?
The Braves are not going to change their name, which is weird because we talked about this last week. They want to address the tomahawk chop, which I thought they did a while ago. I thought they didn't want to do this anymore.
Well, the Chiefs and the Seminoles do the same thing.
Again, the Seminoles
are not going to change because they get full support from the tribe.
Why do the Chiefs do the tomahawk chop?
Because it relates to Indians and it's easy and fun to do as a crowd.
But
with the whoa,
do you like to do the wave?
I love it.
I don't like anything that takes group participation.
Nobody likes to do
I'm not
the
participating.
No one likes to do the
wave.
wave.
I'm going to sit there, drink my beer, eat my hot dog, and watch everybody else.
Do you like to? No one likes to do the wave. Why do the tomahawk chop?
I'm not doing any of it.
Bomber, I tell you what, if there's one thing Mass Group is doing together, Bomber is not doing it together.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
What about
except for stand for the national anthem.
I will stand for the national anthem, but I will not stand up. I will ruin your wave.
What if the whole group's going to do a shot of Fireball? Then,
yeah.
Are you good?
I mean, what day is it? What time of the day?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. That's true. No, I'm not doing it. I don't like that. It's cheesy, and I don't like it.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, yeah, I see that. When we come back, we're going to talk about where to put your money at tonight. And I got some more questions for Jimmy and Bomber. But,
and watch Uncut Gems if you're bored tonight. It's a good movie.
Is that the one with... Okay.
It's good. It's not if you're bored. Just watch it in general.
Hey, Quad Cities.
Gamble.
Yes, that too. Stop going to your favorite social media sites asking for suggestions of where to get your oil changed. Who does the best tattoo? It's my tattoo artist. Or the best place for lunch in the Quad Cities. Pick up your Locals Love Us Guide QCA edition. It has an easy to navigate table of contents to help you find whatever you're looking for. Or go to the website, localsloveus.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse favorites. It is so easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
You like that? Woo! Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Now is the time to get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Receive a 50% match on your first online deposit up to $200 for all brand new accounts now through August 31st. Sign up at Rhythm City Casino Resort or Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to qualify for the new account deposit match. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for complete details and restrictions. Then start betting on your phone anywhere in Iowa. Get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Golick and Wingo.
Talking to Jay Williams, our ESPN basketball analyst.
If you're asking me to compare Adam Silver to Roger Goodell and to Rob Manfred and the way he's been able to run the NBA, I mean, I think Adam is one of the best leaders we not only have in sports, but I think we have in this country. And he's been extremely pragmatic about his approach and making sure that he has all the information available. And I think doing it at a closed location, Disney World is great. Having the teams there, having enough testing is there. And I also think that for a lot of the players, with the exception of the guys who are making a lot of money, this could, if they can't get a season, and this ultimately could affect next year's CBA. And I think a lot of guys recognize that for players that are coming into the league, that players who aren't making millions of dollars, that, hey, like, this is their livelihood too.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Which stage of life are you in?
I'm shopping for a new house and can't believe I'm a grown-up stage.
How on earth do people afford college stage?
Or
I never have to think about work again stage.
No matter which stage of life you're in, First Midwest Bank has the knowledge and experience to help you. Visit firstmidwest.com/everystage. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're craving old-fashioned Mexican food, it's that Nally's flavor that you're after. You've got to go to Nally's Kitchen. Nally's makes everything from scratch daily and has some of the most unique items in the Quad Cities area. Try their homemade guisado, guarches, and gorditas, or enjoy their delicious tacos and burritos. Check out Nally's Express menu and get your food in 15 minutes or less. Order online at nallyskitchen.com and have Nally's delivered to your home or business today. Nally's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham and Division, Davenport.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Iowa Army National Guard. Aired by the Iowa Broadcasters Association and this station.
New construction and remodel season is here. Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Floor Pro. Looking to replace that dull fiberglass shower with a custom-made tile shower? Wood or waterproof vinyl plank in the kitchen? Or carpet so pet-friendly it can resist a bleach stain? Visit the pros at Mike's Floor Pro. Quality products, quality installation, expert staff. Find out why everyone is taking the short drive to 215 North 2nd Street in Eldridge. Or call us at 563-570-1652 to schedule your free in-home measure and estimate. Mike's Floor Pro.
All the sports you need, all in one place. Get them all right here on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. And you know what I got to talk about real quick, Bomber?
What's that? Lay it on me.
There's a lot of times when we can poo-poo on social media.
Ooh, I like to poo-poo on stuff.
Yeah. But then there's also times where you have conversations with people.
Uh-huh.
And there's times where you just you have to take a step back and be like, that was a good conversation. You may never have high-fived. You may never have had the person in the studio. You may never had a long conversation. But I want to say happy birthday to my guy, Nick Meyer.
Happy birthday, Nick.
He's a good dude. Someone that we've had conversations about going on, even with the stuff going on when it started with Robert T. Green.
Okay.
Iowa football, but it goes further and further with sports and everything else and how things are going, and that's what you like. People that check in on you. How are you doing? This and that. And Nick's a good dude.
I think he added. I think we're Facebook friends now. Actually.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I have another guy on Twitter who I talk with, and I'm surprised about things, and we have a conversation. He's out in New York, and it's a conversation about what's going on.
Uh-huh.
It's off the record about things that are going on in Iowa football. He has insider knowledge, but it's a conversation. And for as much as you can say, the worst thing going on, not the worst, but some of the worst thing is social media. There's some good to it. So I have to say that. And always, and Easer A's will be the first to point this out. Without social media, probably I would know Easer A's, and without social media, we wouldn't be right here where we are.
Right.
This thing started because of Facebook Live.
Right.
So as much as we can crap all over it,
I strongly disapprove of people saying, "Oh, you're only on Facebook." So are you. Just because you don't comment doesn't mean you're not scrolling just as much as I am.
Yeah.
I'm more interactive than you. That's the only difference. And anybody who has a Facebook and then talks down to people who have Facebook, I mean, the hypocrisy doesn't get any more
I think
belligerent than that.
I think Facebook's the greatest thing ever.
I disagree.
If somebody would have told me back in 1990 when I was a freshman at Garden City Community College, sitting at the cafeteria table with all my baseball player buddies, that 30 years in the future, you guys are going to be able to keep track of everything, see what you're doing every day from no matter where you live.
That's not always a good thing, though.
Well, I think it's. My father told me when he was in the Air Force in the late 50s, early 60s, that all those buddies he has no idea where they're at. And
for connecting people, it's
all my buddies I'm still in touch with thanks to Facebook.
Right. I'm in touch with people I don't even like. So it's.
Is it more than half?
I'm a pretty picky person. So
I am on Facebook as Foster J, as I did not want to be in touch with anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm been in touch with everyone that I had. The reason why I had to was 5 years ago. So, Pints was on MySpace.
Was it Pints or Pints?
Pints was on MySpace.
Then why is it Mints?
It depends on how you pronounce it. But
we're going to have to change that name because it is offensive.
When we opened up, we were on MySpace. Remember you had your top 5 favorite friends?
Yes, I missed that. Because when I was mad at somebody, I could remove them from my top 10.
When we opened, we would put people up there, be like customers in their top 5. Pints was a thing. I knew, because I was a teacher, that Facebook was a thing, so I'm like, hey, we need to do this. So Pints Davenport started as a person. 5 years ago, Facebook was like, you're not a person. You've got way too many. You got way too many friends, and I got to the point where I reached out to certain people and different things. I'm like, can you send me a bill that says my name, Pints Davenport? And I sat down with Katie Wilson from Tap On It, and I'll give her respect out of this.
Okay.
She goes, "It's over, man. Just
let it go.
Just change it." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You're gonna have to create a Facebook." And I go, "I don't want to." And she goes, "Why?" I go, "I just don't want.
It's smart.
I don't want the Bettendorf High School, University of Northern Iowa thing."
Yeah.
She goes, "Then just do your last name, first name," and that was it.
Because then you can't be searched, which is smart.
And that's how it all started. Facebook, it was just I know who I know, I like who I like. But then 3 years ago, the show started, and then we were on Facebook Live, and I have to now do you guys get weird Facebook requests? Bomber, I know you do. Okay, stop. You get weird Facebook requests, which I know I'm like, this is all. I know it's fake. So I
get weird.
But usually, if I know I don't know what the minimum is, but if I have 15 mutual friends, I'm like, this person's pretty cool. All right, I'll accept him because it's good for the show. It's good for the show. But when it's some random crazy woman's picture and it's spelled in all kind of weird language, I'm like, this isn't true. Just cancel, right?
Yeah.
How many requests do you get, Bomber?
If you saw, I will show you on break my inbox. Okay? It is insane. And that's why I deleted Messenger from my phone.
Yeah.
Because ding, 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 ding. And these aren't people that know me. These are people that just see my pictures and are like, ugh.
All right.
So wait, let me finish.
No, you finish and I want to tell a story. Yeah.
So you know how if they're not your friend and they send you a message, it goes to a separate inbox?
Yeah.
Okay. I have never opened one of those messages for as long as I've been alive. I will show you that inbox when we go to break.
Okay.
There's probably 2,000 people messaging me in there, and their names look like noodle soup or show me Bob's and things like that. I mean, it's outlandish. It's crazy. It's disgusting.
Full disclosure, she's telling the honest goodness truth.
Yes,
because I don't even know Messenger or whatever else. But even back in January, February, when I was like, hey, you need to come on the show because you're talking about doing podcasts, I was sending you a Messenger because I didn't have your text.
Yeah.
And then I think you wrote something you made a post and I go, I've explained all this to you. You should be on the show. You should be a podcast. And you go, when? You reply
I never
back.
got it.
And I was like, Messenger. You're like, oh crap, I don't look at that anymore. So
I had to delete
she's
it.
telling honest goodness truth. Like she doesn't. So for all those guys that are trying to inbox her right now, it doesn't happen.
No.
Like, yeah.
If you don't have my phone number, you don't know me well enough to contact me.
Yeah. So
let's
like,
just put it like that.
She's telling the truth because it was like I was like, I've been telling you the entire time you need to be on the show. She's like, when? I'm like, oh, you know. Anyway, let's talk about sports real quick. The Yankees and Nationals tonight. 6:08 first pitch.
Okay.
6:08 our time. Garrett Cole on the mound, 20-5 last year, 2.50 ERA against Max Scherzer. Here's the thing. The Yankees are minus 130 on the road. The Nats are plus 120. They're the home dog. Of course, the public's all over New York. 2/3 of the bets are laying them on the short money line. But I'm telling you right now, I like the Nats.
You like the Nats, huh?
I like the Nats a lot. I'm telling you, the plus 120 is a good bet. And I'm going to take the Nats at plus 120. I like Scherzer there. I like him at home. I don't know, even though he's 11-7 last year, 2.92 ERA. I just don't understand why we're coming out this hard about the Yankees on the road in this day and age and everything else. And I just think it's the Nats. And, you know, we'll get to it in 1 second. We'll come back to the Nats. Let's put a pin in the Nats. Put
a pin in it.
Yeah, let's come back. And then later on, at 9 o'clock our time, San Francisco Giants are at the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a very, very heavily one-sided bet. The Dodgers are minus 285, meaning you have to put up $285 to win $100. The Giants are plus 245 dog.
Who's the starting pitchers?
The starting pitcher is going to be Clayton Kershaw, who was 16-5 last year with a 3.03 ERA.
I like Kershaw.
Johnny Cueto is going to be the other. Cueto is going to be the other one. He was 1-2. He only had 4 starts last year with a 5.06 ERA in 2019. This is a thing. If you want to make a few dollars here and there, just go put.
We all do.
Yeah, if you go put, I don't care if you put $20 on and just make $9.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers is a sure thing. The other thing, I'm going Nationals. So I'm telling you, take the Nationals and plus 120. And then if you want to make some type of change, take the Dodgers as the heavy home favorite.
I completely agree with both of those.
Yeah,
love it. Too. It's the over-under in the Yankees national game is 7.5. The forecast calls for low 80s. Not a lot of humidity. Maybe some rain, some thunderstorm. We need to take a look on that. Wind is going to be 5 to 10 miles going to right to center. In the Dodgers game, the over-under is at 8. And I do like the over there in the 8. I would stay away from the 7.5 on the Yankees Nationals. I would take the over in the Dodgers and Giants as well.
When is this for? What is this for?
Opening day.
Opening day
okay,
baseball,
this
yeah.
is just opening day. Okay.
Yeah, these are the games today. Tomorrow we're gonna have a whole buttload of games that I can tell you what to bet on.
I don't know how I feel.
I
don't know how I feel about this, you guys.
Hey, Palmer, this is what our show used to be before the COVID. Before you came on, I used to talk about.
I was on way before COVID.
Yeah,
Stop it.
But I used to talk about the lines and what games to bet on and what looked good and over unders and everything else. Now, we talked about this on Monday, and I think this is a little odd.
Uh-oh.
The first pitch for the Nationals tonight.
Oh, God.
What's his name? Dr. what?
Dr. Doom, as I call him.
Dr.
Fauci.
Fossey?
Yep.
Fauci, faux
What are the
news.
Nationals thinking? What are the Nationals thinking by having
Dr. Liarface?
And Easer A's, again, I love Easer A's. He's always there to help me out, everything else. He's a big Dr. Fossey is a big Nationals fan. He wears national masks. He does everything else.
His cloth
but
mask.
you can do that on August 13th. Why would you, during this time, the very first pitch of the 2020 MLB season, have Dr. Fossey throw out the first pitch?
Because it's politically motivated.
Are the Nationals thinking that?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything is politically motivated. Everything is tied into politics. Everything is disgusting. Although I love it because politics are my passion. But at the same time, I can see through the agendas.
Can you vote, or I'm sorry, can you bet on Fauci's first pitch? Whether he'll throw a strike or not?
Are you kidding? Look at him.
No.
He's not even going to make it to home plate bet. I'll bet you $100 that he doesn't even make it to home plate.
You know, if I was ever in the position...
That's a good bet.
Now I'm going to pay attention. That's really funny.
If I was ever in the position where I could throw out the first pitch of a game, celebrity-wise, I would tell the catcher, I'd say, look, do me a favor. It's not going to take long. It's going to take 10 seconds. Throw me back the ball 3 different times. I want to throw a knuckleball, a curveball, and then I want to just bring my heat and throw 3 different pitches. How would that go over in the media?
No, I think it's great. First off, you do this. You do knuckle.
It's exactly
I'm
right.
I'm on Facebook Live right now. So
he's a pawn
first pitch
in the media.
You got the glove on. You're going to do this. You're going to knuckle.
Next
and then
one.
you're going to go flip
Curveball.
it over, and then you're going to go.
Fastball.
I think it's... Actually, I can't believe no one's ever done that. Just be like, no first pitch. I'm giving you the full warm-up. That's a great idea. Jimmy, that's really, really good. Like, there's no first pitch. To be like...
I'd want the RBI
There
music
will be no first pitch. There will be me telling the catcher what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And when I'm done, I'm done. And he'll know it.
And I'm going to freaking dust
And then
him.
you do this, and then you go, right when you go, and again, on Facebook Live, sorry for those listening. When you give the fastball...
What about somebody has to bring up Trump?
Just take it down.
Exactly.
Take it down.
TDS.
Coming down.
Rent free, buddy.
Just walk off. Like, after that, just, like... And not even, like, shake hands with anything.
and-
You know, the catcher comes out, usually gives you the game ball, just walk off the bump.
And if you threw 3 strikes,
Oh yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Then you're golden. That's your moment. You don't even sit and watch the game. You walk right out of that stadium. You just start the car and you just go roll down the windows, not even air conditioner, and throw on Seeger and be like, "I did it, baby."
Oh, I love me some Seeger.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Oh my god,
That is so good. It's so good. It really is. That's awesome. That's the walk off. That should be anything. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know what the Nationals are thinking. But I mean, it's great. It's great to think that
has Trump ever thrown out a first pitch yet?
Yes.
He did.
Years and years ago.
Well, did he do it as a president?
No, never as a president. I don't think.
I think he would just be booed. I think he's making the right call. Right
I don't think it depends on where he's playing. Or
It's the
where
Washington
he's
Nationals in Washington,
And
D.C.
Washington is a liberal freaking state. Yeah,
it doesn't,
he'd be
it's
booed.
not a state. It's a district, and it's where he resides.
He would
But
be
it's fine.
no.
He'd be booed.
He doesn't reside in Washington. He
DC?
resides in D.C.
That's what I just said. District. Yeah, you said state.
I'm talking about the state Washington, Seattle, and all that. It's a
That's
liberal
Seattle.
state.
I'm talking about the Nationals play in Washington D.C.
Right. No,
So,
he
like,
would be,
you'd
well,
be
it's a
booed.
liberal agenda. But you know what? I don't even want to go there because people are like, oh, he's half amendable. You know what?
Have him go throw the first pitch out in Phoenix, Arizona,
Or Texas.
Arlington, Texas.
I mean,
Yep.
it's so biased. You can't pay attention to what the news projects. It's ridiculous.
I don't care what the news projects. I don't care about anything else. I think our president should throw out the first pitch.
I think our president should do more than that, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
I think our president's a lunatic. So
I think he's a genius.
Who was the first president to throw out a first pitch?
Grover Cleveland.
Was he really?
I believe so. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like that information.
He's right. There aren't any fans that boo him, so why isn't he throwing it? He's absolutely right. Like, what were we thinking? Yeah, there's no one's going to boo him. Yeah.
Nailed it.
He's right. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I read about Donald Trump when he was growing up. He went to some kind of private school, almost like a military academy.
Yeah.
He played baseball.
Yeah.
And he was pretty good. Just like George Bush was pretty good at
Isn't
baseball.
it funny, though, too, that Hillary Clinton, her quote is, if I think Donald Trump, I'd like to see somebody like Donald Trump run for president. Oh, and you know that Obama's quote was, he said that the American dream is Donald Trump. Another quote.
That doesn't.
It's relevant. Shut your mouth. It is.
Anyway, you know what? Mikey Hart just wrote in the Heritage Club Facebook comment thread. I think opening day should be a holiday, and every year I usually agree with him. Right now, it just
Super Bowl
seems.
Sunday should be a holiday too.
Well,
I'm
it's
sorry,
Sunday.
The
Monday
Monday
after.
afterwards should be a holiday. Oh my gosh! Please make that a holiday.
What?
Well, all right, fine.
I think voting day should be a holiday. Is that what you're talking about?
Let's do that then. Let's have this fun conversation. This is one that I really, really, truly enjoy. This is one I have actually not even in the studio. You are the sports czar of the world.
Czar?
Your first pick is going to be what? What you're going to change for sports, and it's your pick. You can go ahead and you can make uniforms be on whatever else, but it is your first pick. What is sports czar of the world? What are you going to make?
Anything I want.
Anything you want.
Anything you like.
I'm going to make myself the starting center fielder for the Kansas City Royals. I have to bat cleanup for the next 20 years, no matter how bad I do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Can
a
I go?
terrible,
Is it my
terrible
turn?
pick, but okay. Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to make myself Chipper Jones's wife.
Both of those are very, very selfish picks.
He's married.
Not anymore.
yeah.
To me, he is.
Both of
Yeah, I
those-
can do
all
what I
right.
want. I can do what I want. It's
All
my
right,
fantasy.
We have a phone call on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, phone call line, or whatever it is. You ready? You're on the air, ESPN 1170. Who we got?
Hi, is this the best sports talk radio show in the world?
T-Roy!
It is, Jill.
No,
Yes.
this is Jill. I was calling to see how Jay's toes are doing.
They're doing just fine, my friend, my lady friend. They're doing just fine.
Jill, get off the phone. Sorry, Jay.
Yeah,
Jill
yeah.
got the phone from me.
I know. She
Jill.
gets handsy, doesn't she?
Does she have a cold? Her voice sounds a little deep.
Yeah.
Well, she really has a crush on Jay's toes. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Jay's
about Jill.
toes?
She's quite a pervert. Yeah. That Jill. I don't know. She's hard to overpower when you have a bad knee, Jay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. So what's going on?
Well, I don't know yet. They're gonna tell me. So Quad Cities. It's
Is it your meniscus?
Well, he doesn't
it's
know.
my meniscus.
You think it's your
We
meniscus?
think that's what it is, but
Jay
yeah,
did.
so.
Dr. Jay Foster said so.
Well, those I'll tell you what, guys. Those little MRI tubes are pretty goofy, man.
They're pretty narrow, aren't they?
Is that where you have to sit in the tube?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I was in the
like
tube.
stay still?
But the young lady that was helping me out, I don't know if I can say her name or not, but she knows who she is. She did great. So
Was she outside
Her
of
job.
the tube?
well,
Yeah.
she made sure that I had some nice music to listen to.
What did you pick?
Oh, did you get to eat a sandwich while you were in there?
No, you can't eat a
sandwiches.
sandwich?
You gotta
It's a
stay still,
joke.
dude.
My God.
What did you
First
pick
of all-
for your music? What did you pick?
Oh, just classic rock. They didn't have gangster rap.
No.
I asked, "Do you have any NWA?" She's like, "No." I'm like,
make
"Oh,
any
then I
sense.
guess I'll listen to classic rock."
What are you doing now?
You want to come over?
Well, I had to do a beer order at Pints, so I'm drinking a Pacifico.
Oh,
And I thought of my friends.
that's
and,
nice.
how
We've
much
always
I
thought
miss
about you.
Oh, we love you.
You gonna be in tomorrow?
I
If
don't
you-
know yet.
If you come in tomorrow, I'll rub your
Tomorrow's Friday,
meniscus.
Jay.
Wait, what is
What?
a meniscus?
What do you say?
Tomorrow's Friday, Jay.
Yeah, we're gonna be on tomorrow.
It's baseball's
are.
back, baby.
Yeah, we're now back every Friday because baseball's starting tonight, and then NBA starts next Friday. Yeah.
Well, it depends. I don't know. So a lot of things are in the air right now.
All right.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Love it. I
Okay,
just
'cause
want you to
think
be happy and healthy.
yeah.
That's all, my friend.
Yo,
Well, yeah, I don't like the pain. I can't take the pain.
Yeah.
I blame Leah for jumping on me and making me hold her in the air the other day.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do
Don't
it
do it
again.
right now. I'll drop you.
Yo, T-Roy.
What's up, buddy? How you been?
Joltin' Jimmy Siokas. I'm 6'4"
Oh,
and
I knew who
strapped.
it was. I could tell that sultry voice.
Now, let me ask you something. With your meniscus, your knee, whatever it's called, are you still able to stand at a coin-op video game and get your ass kicked in RBI baseball in your garage? Because I'll smoke you like a pack of Cools.
Well, I might have to sit down and play. But we can still play.
So what you do is
I'll
you
get
text
through
me.
it.
You text me your mailing address. I'll show up with a stack of $5 bills, and we'll go game for game at $5 a pop.
All right.
All right.
All right, but see, I have to play on the left side so that my leg can extend out. Okay.
That's fine. I'll even give you first pick of teams. Who are you taking?
Oh, you don't want me to do that. Those Yankees are hard to beat.
But I'm the GOAT.
You might be the GOAT. I don't know. The Yankees are pretty good. The Dodgers are decent. Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale coming at you.
What about Oakland A's? Vita Blue, Reggie Jackson, Sal Bando, Burt Campaneris.
You even got Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco.
Absolutely. And McGuire has 62 home runs in that game because they projected him as beating the record after he had his rookie year in '87 of hitting 49. You like how I have the answers written down?
Oh, I know what they have. You know how many they have Canseco at?
No.
54, I believe.
54.
Yeah, I don't
T-Ray.
think he ever hit 54. Yes, sir.
T-Roy, we've been through this. We've done it a dozen times. We've had this conversation, but I'm going to ask you again because Jimmy and Leah are new to this, and their sports czar, first thing they're going to change is a little bit different than what yours or ours might have been. You're the sports czar of the world. What's the first thing you're going to change about any sports?
Right now?
Yeah.
What did I say last time?
I don't know. I think at the time, we said like get DH one way or the other. There's a lot of things that we.
You said you wanted the Dallas Cowboys to be allowed to gain more than 15 pounds so that they're thicker than a milkshake.
That's not what he said. That's not at all what he said. I have no idea where that came from. You're the sports czar. You get to change one thing in the entire world. No matter what, it has to happen.
I think I would change baseball's entire salary structure so that they actually do follow something more similar to the NFL and the NBA. I think this is just my little thought on baseball. DH is another good thing to either get rid of or have it across both leagues. So one or the other. I would probably prefer to have it across both. But I would say this. A lot of times we get caught up in baseball where these salaries are just going through the roof. And I think we need to have just more of a salary cap type structure. It never hurt basketball and never hurt baseball. Or football, I'm sorry. And, salaries have still gone up.
I love you to no ends, my friend. I wish you were here right now in the studio so I could tell you how wrong you are. Look you dead in the eyes and tell you how wrong you are with that pick.
Well, all right.
I just don't. The baseball thing. No, I think the players are fine how they're owning it. Like basketball. I mean, look, there's a $40 million player, which, by the way, Patrick Mahomes isn't making what he is. It's all incentive. But there's a $40 million player a year in the NFL, and basketball is going to be the same way. Like KG was the highest paid player ever until A-Rod came in and said, I want to be like $100,000 more. So basketball, football, everything else is still going to one-up it. So the baseball salaries aren't the problem.
I disagree.
I know you do. I know you do.
Well, in my other thing, I think I would stick with, like, if I'm the czar, there's so many things to fix in baseball on top of just what I feel with the salary thing. I think we can, at the same time, I don't like the way the rookie salary is constructed either.
Oh, it's terrible.
I think it's completely unfair to the player.
That part is very true. Yeah.
So I'm not just saying this to screw the players. I would say I need to fix the entire salary system.
Yeah.
No. And then on top of that, baseball needs to have a jack in the arm. I would probably roll it back to 150 games. I want the World Series to end sometime in the middle of October instead of November.
I agree completely.
And I think shorten it and trying to do our best to not wear these guys out so much. But I mean, I like some of the other changes and nuances of the game, but I think miking guys up. I think. The Major League Umpires Association is going to hate me, but I'm sorry, but get rid of the umpire at home, calling balls and strikes. We have technology that's so much better and so much more accurate, and then you eliminate just that much more of an error, and I think hitting would become better and pitching would become better because you're precise on where you're going for. With your box, I don't know.
Yeah, then you're doing the red light, green light thing, but yeah.
Interesting. I disagree with the home plate, by the way. But
well, you got guys like Joe West who try to make the game about him.
Sometimes, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I still love having the umpires call out or safe, and I think that you can really speed up the. I do like the use of the. I like the use of the instant replay. It's been fine for the most part,
Yeah.
Get the calls right and make everything right, and that's just my thought.
Hey, T-Roy.
Yeah?
You're sitting home with your feet up with a cold beer. Am I right?
Well, no, I'm at the bar walking around.
You're walking around. You're walking.
Well, he's Christopher Walken.
You're walking
around.
like Christopher Walken. Listen.
Better if my legs extended right now.
If you get a chance tonight, even if you can't watch the whole 2.5 hours, YouTube the 1978 All-Star Game and watch the first inning or two and then reassess everything you're saying about Major League Baseball in 2020.
2020.
These guys, the pitchers, Vida Blue, Jim Palmer, when they were warming up, they stayed on the rubber. They caught the ball, they threw it. They caught the ball, they threw it. They caught the ball, they threw it. Coming down. The batters would get into the box, keep both feet in the box. By the time the second inning was over, it's the same as nowadays the first half of an inning. And the game was fast-paced. This is what baseball was meant to be. We've strayed so far from the pure game. And talking about salaries, I hate it. All right?
It's evolving, Jimmy. We're taking yesterday and today. It's a game evolves.
Until they can figure out how to make the hardworking middle-class man go to the ballpark and pay $2 for a beer, $20 for a ticket, and $1.50 for a hot dog, then these pampered prima donnas who are making more in a day than I'll make in 5 years, it's wrong.
Well, I'll even give you this. You could charge me $4 for a beer as long as it's 16 ounce. I'll get over it.
Yeah.
But there's no need to. Yeah, I mean, when you're paying $5 for a GD hot dog, which is we know what hot dogs are made of.
I love hot dogs.
Lips and
we've all seen the
lips and
outdoors.
butthole.
Yeah, Chris Young from Moline, Illinois, by the way.
It's still, it's overpriced to go to the ball diamond or the ball field anywhere. I mean, it's obviously our minor league club here. It's affordable and it's fun, but I'm with you, Jimmy. I mean, things have gotten a little out of hand.
And I jokingly said if I was the czar of sports, I would make myself the cleanup hitter, center fielder for the Royals. But really, what I would like to do is I'd like to say, hey, Curt Flood, F you. You're no longer a free agent, all right? If you don't want to play Major League Baseball, that's the freedom of choice in America. Go sell insurance for $30,000 a year. That's fine. But if you want to play Major League Baseball, you get drafted. You're going to be a New York Met.
He isn't in the RBI. He is on the Cardinals.
Yep.
But to quote Robert De Niro, let me finish.
Oh, boy.
I would have it to where when you're drafted by a team, you belong to that team for life, just like it was before 1971.
Like prison.
And I would if you don't want to play baseball, go sell insurance or go work at McDonald's. That's fine, but you're going to make good money. And here's how it's going to work.
It's a bad take.
No. Okay, Joe Blow gets drafted by the New York Mets. He's a New York Met for life unless they decide to fire him or trade him. That's the team's choice. Now, as far as pay scale goes, figure out an algorithm that will make every player play the hardest, which means every time a team wins, every player gets $20,000. Every time a guy gets a base hit or an RBI or a home run, they get X amount of dollars. And make it out to be that these guys that are getting 100 RBIs, the guys that are batting over 300 with 200-plus hits or 30-plus home runs, these guys are going to make $6, $7, $8 million a year. Now you're paid to play. And yes, you're going to be a New York Met for the rest of your life, but you're going to bust your ass. And you're going to try to play and hit and win. And the best players are going to get paid the most.
Jimmy, that is the worst idea ever.
That's the best idea ever. How is that bad?
Why are you poo-pooing on Holy? I mean, because
you get drafted, now you have to be in Milwaukee the rest of your life?
No, you can quit and go work at McDonald's. These guys
That's what he's doing. He quit. He said, I'm not signing a contract. That's what free agency is. I quit, and then another team came in and said, wait, you quit your job? I'll pay you. That's what free agency is. 100%. This is what happens in America right now.
And that's what ruined baseball in the last 40 years. No player stays in the same town for more than 4 or 5 years.
I can quit right now, everything, and be like, you know what, the radio, everything's done. And then someone can turn around, and iHeart can turn around and be like, wait, you just stopped doing radio? Yeah. And they go, wait a minute, we want to put something together and be like, oh, okay. That's what Curt Flood did. He's like, I'm not signing another contract with you ever. And someone else said, like, oh, I'll pay you to do that. Then he goes, oh, it sounds good. You'll pay me to do the same job I want to do? It sounds great.
And the end result is there's no more George Bretts. Think about that.
Well, sounds like slavery to me.
Let me
no,
think
it's
on
not.
that one.
Yeah, you think on that one.
You are free to quit and not play baseball whenever you want.
You're limited. You can't move. You can't move to a different location or a different team ever.
So stay in the same town and make millions of dollars.
It's like a communist baseball team.
No, you're getting paid millions of dollars.
This is bad.
No, it's
not. I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Because of this, we have.
Let me throw this out.
Let's
say it's not baseball, because let's go to a person that did spend his time for the most part with the same team forever and dealt with.
Unless you get traded or fired, that's the team's choice.
Well, I'm just saying, dealt with an a-hole a GM. So we're talking about Jordan. He had success, though.
Yeah.
But he did not like Jerry. We know he did not like Jerry.
Yeah.
was basketball because Jordan basically was a Bull his entire prime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the majority of his career, he came back, obviously played for the Wizards, and, wasn't the Michael that we had remembered. But I guess the ownership, on the ownership side of it, it's hard to build a fan base with free agency being so rampant.
Exactly. Case in point.
It really is. I mean, I don't know.
Case in point.
I'm all about the free market, boys. So I'm going to have to give this one some thought.
Yeah.
I like it.
Here's what I want. I want you to take care of yourself.
Love you.
Are you going to be
Love
around?
you more, Leah.
Yeah. Are you going to be around after the show? Where are you going to be? Anything like? I got.
I gotta go pick up wifey.
Yeah.
I gotta go pick up wifey. I got her car. Her car's very hard to get in and out of, and so if anybody sees me driving in that car,
point and laugh.
I'm in excruciating pain.
Oh, that's not fair.
I can just say that.
But I got it. I'm sorry, my friend. I got to take a break, and I got to call Emily and talk to her about college football.
You tell Van Brusker I miss her.
I will tell her right away.
Hey, you can't drive right now, can you, T-Roy?
You can drive.
Yeah, I can drive.
Oh, I was going to say I was going to come and
you
borrow.
just can't drive 55.
I was going to borrow your Jeep for a week if you didn't need it.
Well, once he has the surgery, he might not need it for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I might not.
All right, my friend. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Talk to
Okay.
you later.
All right.
All right.
Bye, babe.
All right.
Tim Hernandez wants you to focus on new and fun ways to get fit for yourself and your family. ID Life wants you to be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The ID Life name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike. So everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. Do you have health problems that may be holding you back? The doctors and scientists develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you the most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Tim Hernandez today at 563-508-7221 so he can show you that what makes ID Life different is you.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Introducing First Midwest Bank's newest branch, Your Home. With our online banking and mobile app, it's easier than ever to make a deposit from the dining room, pay bills from the patio, or get alerts in the loft. The convenience of First Midwest Bank, right from your own home. Visit firstmidwest.com/convenient to get started today. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
American Airlines wants its middle seat back, Stugatz. American Airlines does not care about your pandemic, does not care about your social distancing. Enough.
I mean, they're ready to start cramming us back into airplanes already while spikes everywhere in the South?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. Please don't do that, American Airlines. We understand that everybody wants their money. Come on, your middle seat is an injustice of the highest order under all circumstances. The fact that it exists, the fact that you guys continue in a technological age to put us in sideways in your tubes, in your flying tubes. Get out of here.
I'm telling you right now, I board a flight, someone's sitting in the middle seat, I'm leaving the flight. So, I'm asking for my money back, and I'm making a big stink of it on national radio. I'm warning American Airlines right now, okay?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Your business can have a website that looks great and gets found online. Find out why over 20,000 businesses have chosen Townsquare Interactive for their website design.
Hi, this is Jerry from Vandervending. We used Townsquare Interactive. It was easy, simple, and was up and running in no time. We found that it's user-friendly on our side and our customer side.
Make sure your business gets noticed with Townsquare Interactive. For more info, call Dave Sarin at 563-884-7278.
Golick and Wingo.
Everybody has their own decision. Guys don't want to give back money. Yep. I mean, we talk about a reality check show. That's reality as well. There is a lot of money out there. You can do things with that money while you're in the bubble, and also, keeping people aware of what you want them to be aware of, but you can use your money as well. So you can make it so it works for you.
Correct.
Right? And you could still, that's why there's no right or wrong answer.
None.
You know, anybody that thinks that if a baseball player decides not to play, that their teammates are going to be upset with them, sorry, they're not. They may be bummed and say, oh man, especially if it's one of the top players, oh man, this is going to be difficult without this player. But if it's for a health reason, either them or their family, they're going to understand. I mean, they're not going to be vilified by their other teammates. It's just not going to happen.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Message and data rates may apply.
Help! Seriously, I'm too young for hair loss.
My hairline keeps creeping back. Receding?
I've got this bald spot.
It's thinning everywhere.
I'm gonna have to give up and shave it.
Dude, put down the razor, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, is about to give you your real hair back permanently. Don't ignore the signs of hair loss. Bosley is giving away an absolutely free information kit that reveals all the signs, and a free gift card to anyone who texts TAP to 85850. Bosley will show you for free how great your hair could look. Using the latest technology, Bosley's solution to hair loss is permanent and protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Plus, since Bosley has new non-surgical options, you owe it to yourself to text now for an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off, no matter what level of hair loss you have. Text TAP to 85850. That's TAP to 85850.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport.
All right, welcome back to Don't House Us Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind you that you can listen to us on your smartphone. Download the app, ESPN 1170 AM. Go to, you can listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. Click the upper right-hand corner, listen now. You can also watch and listen to us on Facebook Live. Leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Right now I'm going to call my friend Emily Van Buskirk. It's been a while since I've talked to her. She's a college football analyst, and she's one of the best in the biz, and I'm sure she's pretty excited about what's going to happen today. So I'm excited to talk to her.
Hello.
Emily!
Hi.
You're on the air, ESPN 1170 AM. How are you?
Oh, shoot. I'm on there.
Yeah, you're on the air, yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Of course you're ready. You're always ready. You're a professional.
I feel like I can't tell anymore if I'm on air, recording a podcast, talking to a coach. So I'm just going to be on all the time now, just in case.
Well, the coolest thing is, last week you were talking to Matt Drinkle, who's from the Quad City area, and now he's an assistant coach for the Army. And and that's neat. How we got to know each other is through social media. And you're out in California, but you talked to Drinkle, who's out in New York, and still the Quad City area.
Yeah, it's a wild world, this Twitter sports media. But I will say that he did mention the show, and he mentioned you and getting to talk with you guys. Or I don't know if he was on, but he mentioned you and. We bonded because, I talked about living in Peoria, and he knows that area very well, and he's a good guy. We talked for 2.5 hours about football. It was crazy conversation.
Yeah, he's a great dude, and he's got a great football mind, and I'm sure you could have talked another 2 hours with him because, you love college football and you love the mind, and you're really into the fullback aspect of it. Make footballs great. Make fullbacks great again, type of thing. So
I need to that's the brand. But I'm thinking about rebranding even that because what I'm realizing through these conversations with all these coaches, great coaches and players and fullbacks, is that they are great and they have been great. It's just that people don't realize it because the fullback has kind of been rebranded over the course of the modern offense in the last couple of years, and so. They're still there, and they've still been doing all the things that make them such a great position and that makes football great, but they're just called something else. And there's no way to give them the credit they deserve because there's no statistics for the things that they do. So I'm working on this story, and it's coming out hopefully next week, and it's basically like a Bible for, how the fullback got kind of lost its way in this modern offense. And getting to talk to Rich Rodriguez about implementing the hurry-up 2-minute drill at Glenville State and looking at his old game plans and talking to Gus Malzahn, it's been a journey. So
That's going to be interesting to read. It's great, and the names you just dropped, Rich Rod and Gus Malzahn. That's awesome. Like it's going to be incredible.
It's a lot of just kind of like Matt started pulling the thread about, what happened to the fullback. And so we started kind of going backwards and seeing, okay, when did the offense change from this power I to the spread? Why did it change? How did the position shift? And how was this fullback, this traditional, hard-nosed player utilized in this new lighter spread offense? But, it never disappeared. The guys are still there, and they still exist despite what people say about them not being in high school anymore. I talked to a high school coach just yesterday about how he uses fullbacks and how there still are players in his program like that. So, it's been crazy to unwind this thing, and I've learned so much about college football's offenses and even defenses because I've talked to coordinators. I talked to both the Temple offensive coordinator, Mike Uremovich, and the defensive coordinator, Jeff Knowles, and hearing both sides of the ball talking about fullbacks was very interesting. So,
well,
it's a lot.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job. So,
thank you.
Yeah, and I appreciate your time because I know you just got off a podcast and now you're answering my phone call. And for those who don't know, like Emily worked with the Peoria Chiefs last year, and again, I shared the story earlier about social media, how great social media can be, how bad it can be. But great when you you meet someone, and Emily's been very good to be a friend of the show. Now, Emily, let's get to the meat of it. Are we going to have a college football season? Nah, don't laugh. You knew it was coming.
She's like, why did you put me on
You
the
knew
spot?
it was coming.
Honestly, everyone that I've talked to, and that number has gone up in the last week exponentially just based on these interviews, and I always try and slide in a question about the season. It's crazy. I was just talking, for example, to an O-line coach this morning at a CSC school, and he said that they've broken their workouts down. He's a position coach, and they've broken it down into shifts, is what they call them. So groups of 5, they work out together, and they break down the workouts that way. So each day it's like a different group, and then, the other 5 do something else or whatever. But the way that a lot of teams seem to be going about it is good because they do want to have this season happen. But at the end of the day, even the coaches that I speak to, head coaches of programs, they don't know because they don't make those decisions. They push because they want the season. The kids want to play. Coaches want to coach in a safe environment, and the schools need the money. I mean, if they don't play this season, so many schools will lose programs, not football, but other smaller programs, and financially it'll be devastating. So I think everybody realizes that, and there's going to be the biggest push and effort for a season ever, but there is no guarantee right now, from day-to-day numbers what will happen. So I personally believe there will be a season. The more people I talk to, we believe, SIDs believe there will be a season, some version of a season, but I can't say with certainty. Nobody can.
All right, can I ask you another question, which is still college football related? I mean, it is, but it's still overall. So now Big Ten is going to be just Big Ten Conference. What's the Pac-12 going to do? Because you're very, very well, very well about the Pac-12. What are they going to do?
Well, they're following that model, and they're going to do conference-only games, which is crazy this year because Ohio State was coming to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
There was all these big games, TCU at Cal. It's such a bummer. Utah was going to play Wyoming, which I was actually really excited about. But
all right, and then what's the SEC going to do?
I don't know. It sounds
probably follow model. What's the ACC? What's the ACC going to do?
Yeah,
So finally, my final question is this: what is Notre Dame going to do?
I don't even care. That's the big thing.
That's the best response ever. That's exactly true. This isn't like 1987. No one cares, and Notre Dame needs to figure out to join a conference.
They did this to themselves. You think that my friends sit here and say, "Oh, what are you going to do when you get too drunk and then wander off?" And it's like, no, that's your problem. You didn't join a conference. You wanted to be independent. You wanted to have this ability to do whatever you wanted, to play you wanted, but not be part of a group. So now this is what happens to you. Sorry. That's it.
Exactly.
The end.
I feel like Bomber and Emily would be best friends if Emily
be
lived,
best
if
friends?
Emily lived in the Quad Cities.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Because everything you just said about like the girl,
100%.
the girl who just gets drunk and wanders off or whatever else.
That's
on
me.
Yeah, that's on you.
Super me.
Yeah, it's my problem.
I'm going
have
on
to
an
deal with it.
adventure.
Nobody else's. It's no one else's responsibility. If you don't want to be part of a group, and you decided a while ago that was advantageous to you as a program, then guess what? Now you get to take full advantage of all those great things about being independent. You know, it's like when your parents take you out of the house. Like, deal with it.
You're right.
The thing is also you have to look at now, Emily, because you're very good about your time and putting things together. You talk to the SIDs. How is it going to be for your travel schedule covering college football?
That's a good question, because normally, obviously, my season's predicated on being everywhere and seeing all these different games. So I think the biggest thing right now has been building these relationships with these coaches and SIDs, more so doubly than usual, because I don't know how much media they're going to let into certain things, and only those people that have that relationship with the program probably will be, first come, first served type. I don't know how they're going to let it happen, but I feel like it's better to do the stories now about the programs, always be good to SIDs, because they really are important
100%.
if you're a young journalist and if you're trying to cover a program. So I'm just putting in the work and doing the due diligence now. Hopefully that teams will let me come in and cover. It shouldn't hinder my travel schedule too much, because I'll still be, I'm independent and freelancing, so I can go where I want and do what I want. It'll just depend on the programs and what they're going to allow. So
Gotcha. So right now, what's on your calendar? What's the first game you're going to cover?
Literally, I don't know.
Karate in the garage with Bomber tomorrow.
Come to the Quad Cities and hang out with Bomber? Yeah.
Yes!
I honestly, but I probably should try and look, but there's so many decisions that are going to be made in the next 2 weeks. Honestly, next week, I think we're going to know all these other things. So I'm not going to do anything except work on this fullback story and this coach's story, and that's it until we know more. Because if my heart gets broken and the season somehow doesn't happen, I'm going to crawl into a hole for a while. And I'll see you guys later. So.
You can always come live in the Quad Cities. T-Roy's not in the studio right now, but T-Roy said T-Roy was on before you were on. The reason we went longer before I had you on, T-Roy called in, and T-Roy said he wanted to make sure that I told you that he said tell Emily that he misses you and that he loves you. So
a little jealous.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Oh, I miss you guys too. Before I called in, before we are talking, I was fielding a bunch of things, and I think you'll find this funny about Joey Chestnut again.
Yes,
because he came out to visit after his hot dog stuff. He always does a kind of a retreat afterwards. He takes a trip, but he can't do that. So he came down to Pebble, and we hung out. Just did some hanging out stuff, but. There were some pictures of him that I tweeted that he retweeted, and then I tweeted a picture yesterday of us at a Stanford game from 2 years ago or a year ago, and now there's all these rumors and speculation going on that we're dating again. I just want to clear it up on there. We are not dating.
Wait, again?
We're really good friends.
Oh, they're just friends.
You did date before?
No.
I caught that.
There's been rumors that have gone around because of how close we are in our friendship, that we have been like that or whatever, but he and I have been friends for a long time, and he is a really good person. I love Joey. I think he's an incredible athlete. He doesn't get, people don't realize that.
I watched him win the hot dog eating contest in real time, and I even posted it with a countdown timer on Twitter, and I only got 3 likes on that, and I was very
I'll make sure I tag him in it, because he's super bad at social, but when he gets on there, when he actually dials in, he's really funny.
Oh, it was great. My kids were watching and they're like, oh my gosh, he beat his world record. He did amazing.
He did, and honestly, I'll tell you this, I've never watched him, and he knows this, and it hurts his feelings every time, but I've never watched one of his competitions. I told him, I said, look, I cannot watch this. I will never look at you the same again.
It's a little gluttonous. It's a little gross.
It's too much. I can't, so I don't do it. But I I will tell you this. He ate 75.
Yeah.
He definitely has it in him to do more. And he told me this. Like, he could do, I'm not going to give away the magic number because I know it, but I'm going to take that secret to the grave. But
85.
He can do more.
85.
Take it to the grave, she said.
85. Take it to the grave.
He can't, he doesn't want to overdo it until he gets pushed by, so I think, honestly, part of him thinks that Kobayashi might unretire and come back.
Oh, try to reclaim the throne?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Kobayashi came out and tried to, after all of the shit he's talked and everything he said in that 30 for 30. So
now,
it would be great.
First things first, thank you very much for getting Joey to be a friend of our show, and that's great.
Of course.
Now, is your college football first, baseball, I would guess second? Is today a good day for you?
I mean, obviously last year was a lot, and working in minor league baseball, you definitely get like a different perspective on the whole sport. I do love baseball, and as you know, Jess and a lot of my very good friends are baseball-oriented, kick-ass women in sports, so I support their love of the game. Baseball for me right now is probably further down the ladder just because of all the football stuff that's going on and the things I'm trying to do for my podcast and brand. So I'm excited it's back. I'm apprehensive because we're already seeing people test positive and not playing tonight.
Did you just see Juan Soto?
Yeah,
that's terrible. Juan Soto. So for those of you out there who are going to bet the Nationals, that might be a change of things because I did say you should bet on the Nationals to win at plus 140, whatever it was. Yeah, so interesting.
Yeah, there's going to be more of that. I mean, this is going to run through clubhouses. There are going to be people that get it and test positive. So yes, I'm excited it's back. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm waiting to see how these games pan out, basically, in the beginning because it's not going to be baseball like we know baseball,
No.
So,
I don't like that.
it's weird. But
super
the
weird.
Giants killing it with the female coach, first female coach, awesome. Have to give that shout out.
Yeah, and she
That was
she
really
made the
cool.
first. She was the first base coach, right? She made it to the So
Alyssa, I believe.
props to them. Again, Emily, thank you so much for calling in. I totally appreciate your time, and obviously we champion everything you do in the world of sports, and keep doing what you're doing. And follow her on TikTok, Twitter.
Do not follow me on TikTok.
Do not follow her on
It's
TikTok.
done.
Anyway,
Done.
Emily, plug where you're at on Twitter and Facebook, how people can follow you, and what you're writing on. Are you still writing for? Go on.
Division I college football coach. Follow me on TikTok, and I'm mortified right now. So no TikTok.
No. All right. So on Twitter, it's what?
Twitter, Instagram, at Emilnem, EMILNEM. And usually good for a few tweets a day. Good,
All right.
Follow her on TikTok if you're on TikTok.
I'm gonna.
If you're an adult.
I'm super doing this.
If you're a 10-year-old kid right now listening, don't follow her on TikTok.
I'm new on TikTok. I'm not very good at it yet. Give me some time, but I'll get better.
Emily, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for answering the call. Thanks for answering my text, saying you'll be on part of the show. Always a pleasure, and can't wait till you are in this area and you can be in the studio with us again.
Yes, birthday month next month, so get ready.
Oh,
yes!
Right on.
We're going to Pints.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Sounds good. All right, Emily. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Emily.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Great. Bye. All right, let's take a quick break, come back, and then I guess we can figure out maybe our sports czar moments without being so selfish.
No.
No, it's still going to be selfish, both of you?
Jimmy is.
Yeah, okay. All right, go.
Let me tell you about Bayside Bistro in the village of East Davenport. Bayside Bistro is not your ordinary sandwich shop. You won't find deli meat on their menu. They use fresh ingredients only, and orders are made to order from scratch. From paninis like the Bayside Poor Boy to the roasted beet and green bean salad, Bayside Bistro has an incredible menu that specializes in deliciousness. And don't forget about their smoothies and fresh juices that they make and their incredible dinner entrees. Don't take our word for it, though. Go check out their Facebook page and read the over 500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today at 1105 Christie Street in the village of East Davenport.
You like that? You like that?
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee. First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Matthew.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just need you to listen to me.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for never giving up and always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for letting me know what you expect, so I can try to meet your expectations.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
On August 22nd, dozens of people will be rappelling from the Hotel Blackhawk in support of Big Brothers Big Sisters at their Over the Edge event. This year, you can form a team to help you raise needed funds. Your coworkers, a golf foursome, your book club, or just a crowd you go to happy hour with. Why not form a family team and celebrate a life event like graduation, a key birthday, or anniversary? To find out more about forming an Over the Edge team, go to overtheedgeqc.org.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
They really appreciate what she's done as a sister as well as a soldier and, supporting their country.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Family members that are soldiers in the Army National Guard inspire and influence, setting a path for others.
It's validating knowing that, I kind of did my part to make sure this is what they actually wanted and that they feel the same way I do. I'm really proud that we get to help shape the future, and I know that my sisters are going to be amazing soldiers.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share in.
A lot of pride, and they're just out there doing something every day and then serving their country as well.
I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Iowa Army National Guard, aired by the Iowa Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is a non-medical device. Are you ready to get back to work and need to find a reliable source of protective masks for yourself or your employees? At thekingofmasks.com, we maintain a huge inventory of 4-ply disposable face masks at low prices. That's 4 layers of protection made from non-woven fabric. The World Health Organization recommends use of non-woven fabric. Don't be fooled by all the cheap masks coming from China. Our masks are never made in China. Ours are CE certified from an FDA-registered factory. We are an American company shipping masks from our U.S.-based warehouses. TheKingofMasks.com offers a 14-day money-back guarantee, and prices start at $24.99 for a 50-pack. That's less than 50 cents per mask. And if you go to TheKingofMasks.com now, you will get 30% off plus free shipping on your second pack. Offer expires at the end of the week. So whether you need masks for your family or thousands of masks at wholesale, we can help you. Don't delay. Go to thekingofmasks.com now to stock up on high-quality masks. Go to thekingofmasks.com.
Never miss a thing with our app. Listen live from anywhere in the world and be notified when news breaks. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Welcome back to ESPN 1170 AM.
Stop
Thank you for
laughing.
listening to Don't Hassle's Local. My friend to my left,
thought it was Pink
Jolton
Floyd.
Jimmy just says, is this Pink Floyd? No, it's Rick Derringer. This is Hulk Hogan's theme song when he came in the 80s. He's like, is this Pink Floyd? Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
So close, so far.
Anyway, again, guys, we're getting close to the end of the show. Great 2 hours. Fun hanging out with you guys. This is where it goes. Jimmy, you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, it's local. We're not just sports here. We talk about local things.
Yeah, from local to global, yeah.
I don't know why. I think it was after I got my vasectomy.
Oh.
I started to really crave spicy foods.
Okay.
And so
can you talk as Jimmy and not Christopher Walken? If you're telling a story,
I think
tell your story.
they've morphed into
Yeah.
one person now.
Tell your story.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. So you like spicy food.
And I've gone on a binge to try and find the hottest chicken wings in the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, you're on a good pace
originally, I loved Jack's Locust Street Tavern. Jack's
Great place.
chicken wings are amazing because they're crispy. I don't know what they do in the fryer, but they've got the crispy skin like KFC's extra crispy. I love it. And I thought they were great. I'd go there all the time and I'd eat it. Recently,
You did what?
Recently, over the last year, I've been going to Rookies. They have a ingredient called Cordova. You order your chicken wings Cordova. It's the hottest they've had. And just yesterday, you and I went there and we had some
We
Cordovas.
sure did.
And I love it. And their wings could be a little crispier, but they're still pretty good. They're not soft and slimy. And you told me yesterday, because I think Cordova wings at Rookies are amazingly hot. Love them.
Yeah.
They're perfect. They're not too hot,
It's not
but
the
they're
hottest you've
hot.
ever had.
You told me today that I should go to
Filling station.
the filling station, that they're hotter than Rookies.
Yes.
Now, are they? I'm going to interject. I apologize.
Sure.
Are they the spicy dry or are they the gooey? I don't like a lot of sauce. I like spicy, but I like them dry rubbed.
No, I think it would be more. It's not. That's okay. That's a different question because of the way the breading is. It's in the breading.
It's in the breading, so it's not the sauce.
Yeah, and same thing.
That's
with,
what I like.
So
Oh my God.
I'm telling you right now, the Cordova would be considered medium at filling station. The hot at filling station is going to melt your face.
Are we coming here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Are you free tomorrow?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
I
here
think we
tomorrow.
should bring the wings in.
And I'm going to filling station right after we leave here.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be
because
old.
of what you said.
I'm telling you, their hot is Cordova. Again, I was very impressed with Rookie's wings. I'd never had them before, and thank you for inviting me. But
thanks for inviting me too, guys.
And
that would have been a medium
and paying
there.
for your food and beers too.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Because I'm rich.
Did
Like
you guys
Tony,
make out afterwards?
I'm rich like Tony Stark.
No, so I'm telling you, the hot is hot.
What a great
And
first
then
date.
If you want to do other wings, if you want to keep doing this conversation, I will put up Vans. Not only their sponsor show, I love Vans wings.
Hotter than filling station?
No, there's nothing like filling stations.
Okay,
hot.
so that's my question. That's my ultimate question.
That's
What's
your-
the hottest wings in
it's
the
gonna
Quad
be
Cities?
it's gonna be filling station. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go do it.
And
Yeah.
there might be. I mean,
I've had Wingstop's the hottest ones they have. They are anything, and I love spicy food. I also
do you
have
go? Did you go over there?
I have ulcers
I've
though, so I
never
have to be
gone
very
over there.
careful with how much spicy food. But I have ulcers because of the
You
amount
got
of spicy
issues,
food.
Bomber.
I do. I eat too much spicy. My doctor goes, "No more spicy foods for you."
That's not very nice of him, yeah.
I can't promise that.
I think where you're at is I think this is the hottest. Like it's in their menu. They're like, be careful what you're ordering. Like the server at filling station will double check and be like, are you
Do
sure
you have
you
to
want
sign
hot?
a paper?
Pretty much.
Do you have to sign something? A waiver?
No,
they really
but
do have
they'll
those.
say like, are you sure? I guarantee you, without right now, you come back tomorrow when you're on here tomorrow, legs up on the thing like you are.
Like Han Solo.
Yeah, and you say like you're right. She did double check. Say, are you sure you want hot?
And I'll quote Sylvester Stallone and say,
absolutely,
absolutely.
I'm gonna get some on the
I
way
think
to
we
work.
gotta mutter the bum.
I'm gonna get some on the way here
Absolutely.
tomorrow. Are you coming tomorrow?
Yes.
I know you're going there tonight, so don't. I'm gonna bring some in. I'm gonna grab some on the way in.
Okay, great.
And then we can.
I think I can take it because those Cordova wings are good, but I could go hotter. I could go hotter.
That's a medium at filling station.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I'm
like
bringing
you
some in.
when you say like crispy or whatever else, like because that's I don't know what you're looking for outside of the breading because Vans are different than the breading. You know what I'm saying?
If you had to go to Vans or filling station or Rookies for wings, where would you go?
I'm going to filling station.
Yep.
And I really really like Vans the way they bake them, everything else I really do, and I love their blue cheese and everything else. But
Ooh, yummy.
it's gonna be filling station. Like I'm salivating
right.
at the mouth just thinking about it right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring the hottest ones in tomorrow, and you guys are all gonna eat one
Gosh,
on air.
yes.
On air with me.
Oh, filling station?
Yes.
Just one?
Yeah, it's long. Yeah.
I'll bring in an order. I'll get a dozen. No, we don't have to all eat all of them.
That's
but
4 piece though.
I want to try it.
I love
I
it.
ate 5 Big Macs on air. Okay, I
Yeah,
can handle
that was a different day too. Yeah, the Big Mac. Then didn't that start with Joey Chestnut? Wasn't that it?
I
And
think
Emily
so.
was just
It
on- yeah.
did.
And
Yeah.
by the way, yeah,
My gas station person was like,
You started-
I saw it. It was disgusting.
You started prying some personal questions on Emily there. About
Then well, I was like, what do you mean you guys are dating? Well, that's the first I've heard of it. So why? I can do that. It's called a radio interview. That's what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks Emily for calling in and everything else.
She's still my bestie. We're fine.
You guys really would have a lot of fun. You should follow her on Twitter and watch her on TikTok and
I will.
everything else.
I will
but
definitely follow her.
So tomorrow you're going to be back?
Absolutely.
All right. And we got opening day.
Yeah.
I'm changing my Nationals bet though. Juan Soto. No, it's not true.
And then tomorrow,
I'm not watching it now.
I'm gonna experience the filling station wings by then, and you're gonna watch Uncut Gems.
No, we're not.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it by tonight. I've got things going on. I got a meeting at 4. I've got practice tonight and some other things. But I hope it falls into my schedule because I do want to watch the movie. So now I feel like I would like to dissect the movie with you. So I'm telling you, I will do my best effort to watch it because we usually on Thursday when we did a Friday show, we did a sports type of movie. But anyway.
Jimmy would be fun to dissect a movie with.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Right. So tomorrow we will talk to you, Quad Cities. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe and sanitize.
God bless.